Kyleo is a soluble concentrate containing glyphosate, 2,4-D and a high-tech surfactant.
We've done a number of small plot trials as well as strict trials comparing it directly to straight glyphosate. The first trial that we were involved with, we were looking at clearfield rape. So we drilled clearfield rape and then applied SUs, straight glyphosate and Kyleo. And it was very clear that the Kyleo was giving extremely good control and around about 20% better control on the rape than straight glyphosate, and obviously the SUs did basically nothing. We also did a trial on annual nettles, again versus straight glyphosate, and we were comparing them gram for gram. Again, the Kyleo significantly better than the straight glyphosate, which is what you'd expect on broadleaf weeds with the 2,4-D.
Well, glyphosate was developed as a grass weed killer, and it's not really that good on broadleaf weeds. So adding the 2,4-D improves control of the weeds that glyphosate alone is weak on, and also it does also bring in an anti-resistance strategy for preventing resistance to broadleaf weeds. Well, both 2,4-D and glyphosate are normally formulated as amine salts. If you mix them together in a spray tank, you get ion exchange and a loss of activity of getting on for 20% in the glyphosate, and you can also get flocculation in the spray tank. So it's quite a challenge for our chemists to produce a formulation, which they've done, with this surfactant to prevent that from happening.
Another difficult weed, which was mugwort, again versus straight glyphosate gram for gram, and again the Kyleo significantly better. So in these small plot trials, in every case the Kyleo outperformed the straight glyphosate. And we've also done strict trials with our agronomists, again compared straight glyphosate on difficult weeds, and in every case there was a definite benefit. And the interesting thing was that it wasn't just on difficult broadleaf weeds, but it was also on some grass weeds as well. So all round, excellent performance. Speed of kill is very important. You're getting very quick knockdown of weeds as well. So there's a number of benefits. But also, I think where you're trying to control blackgrass, but you've got shading of the blackgrass, particularly in my case, it's from volunteer rape, where you're shading the blackgrass can't get good control. So if you take out the volunteer rape first of all, and then for follow-up flushes of blackgrass, you can then use straight glyphosate for there. So that's a very common situation. I think we'll be using it more in the future. And another advantage I think is anti-resistance benefits. If you keep overusing a single product over and over again, you're bound to select for resistance. So by having a different mode of action in there, that helps to minimise the risk of resistance developing.
The formulation is very lipophilic, so it not only adheres to the leaf wax very well and makes it very rain fast, it also penetrates the leaf very quickly. We carried out radio tracer work in both cereals and oilseed rape, and this showed that within 24 hours, 98% of the glyphosate in the Kyleo applied was into the plant, as opposed to only 74% of conventional glyphosate. So there's a much increased uptake.
But I would target where the strengths of Kyleo come in. So it's where you've got these particularly difficult weeds. So it will be volunteer rape, mare's tails, thistles, nettles, perhaps docks, volunteer potatoes, anywhere where you've got one of these difficult weeds to control, that's where we'd target it.
Well, Kyleo started as a stubble treatment aimed at volunteer oilseed rape, but now it's an all the year round product. It's widely used in the autumn for control of volunteer rape. It also brings improved control of grass weeds in the autumn, more reliability under cooler conditions throughout that autumn-winter period into the spring, and also it's been increasingly used for destruction of cover crops, which again glyphosate struggles with. It's used in amenity situations, orchards, even rail track are using it now to keep our railways running.
If you've got grassland destruction, particularly where you've got a lot of broadleaf weeds, so it's not just grass, but it's patches of nettles, thistles, docks and so on, I think there will be a benefit over straight glyphosate, which is pretty weak. And cover crops are becoming much more widely grown these days, so cover crop destruction I think will be another good place to target with Kyleo.
We did some work where we allowed oilseed rape to grow big and into the autumn, and in the cold conditions straight glyphosate just failed to work, whereas Kyleo gave complete control.
Wherever I have had feedback, it's always been very positive, because again they target it for a specific situation. The only time where there could be a negative is if they leave it too late. And I remember a situation where they left it very late on nettles. The nettles got enormous. They still got decent control, but it wasn't quite at the level. So I think the thing is, wait until most of the weeds are there rather than wait until they're enormous before having a go. But generally speaking, very positive responses. We're seeing resistance building in pests, weeds and diseases, and over-relying on certain groups of chemistry. So I think mixtures of two different modes of action is going to become more and more important. So I think the mixture with 2,4-D is important, but I think other mixtures, either with phenoxy type products or with other types of total herbicides, I think will become more common, not just as an anti-resistant strategy, but also to broaden the weed spectrum. So I suspect we'll have more of these sort of mixture products coming through in the future.
Every year somebody comes along with another weed that they haven't been able to control with glyphosate, and Kyleo's worked.